Well, it's the weekend and welcome to The Whole Story. Now, every weekend we'll bring you the full story of one important topic that has developed a great deal during the week. Maybe you missed all of the updates. We put it all together and help you understand everything that has to do with that story. So that's The Whole Story. It's a new format. We are introducing it today. Do let us know your feedback so we can make it better. Our endeavor is to constantly make it better. Today we're going to look at the complete timeline of everything that has happened so far to do with Covaxin, one of the two vaccines that is currently being made in India, one of the three vaccines that are currently been administered in India. Now, this is what has happened. The WHO has not included this vaccine in its list of emergency use vaccines around the world, and the US FDA this week rejected the application for emergency approval for the vaccine. In the meantime, American universities have told students who have received admission, who want to enter those universities, that they can only do so once they have taken any one of the vaccines that are pre-approved by the WHO. Now, Covishield, which is the Serum Institute of India, has been pre-approved, but Covaxin and Sputnik V have not. Now, this has caused a great deal of concern because students who have received Covaxin or Sputnik V don't know really if they can take another vaccine, because there's no study really that's told you whether that's okay to do. Also, citizens who have taken Covaxin are now worried if they need to travel overseas at some time in the future, if that's going to become a problem. I want to give you a quick background of what has happened until now, until this week. Bharat Biotech had developed Covaxin along with the ICMR, the Indian Council for Medical Research. The ICMR comes under the Ministry of Health of the Government of India. The director of ICMR is one of the secretaries of the Health Ministry. The vaccine was approved on the 2nd of January this year for what was called restricted and conditional emergency use. This was the approval that was given to it, and it raised many questions among several healthcare and pharma experts because until then, there was no such thing as the restricted and conditional emergency use of a vaccine. This was a new term that was coined. Also because the phase 3 trials of this vaccine had not been completed at that point, and there was no data on the phase 3 trials. I must make it very clear here, there is no question about the safety of this vaccine whatsoever. The phase 1 trial is about safety, which had already been conducted. The data had been published. Phase 2 is about whether or not the vaccine generates an immune response, which also had been conducted, and the data had been published. Phase 3 is about whether that immune response protects you from the virus and for how long. Now, that is the large study that's normally conducted with a large number of people. That was a study for which the results were not available yet. So, I want to point out one more time, safety is not a question. Phase 3 was not completed and the data was not available. In response to the questions that were raised at the time, Niti Aayog member Dr. V.K. Paul and ICMR's Balram Bhargava both argued, first of all, that many countries around the world were handing out emergency approval, which was true. They also argued that Covaxin's approval didn't mean that people would simply get the vaccine with no safety monitoring. They pointed out that the DGCI, which is the regulator who hands out these approvals, had approved the vaccine under special provision of a clinical trial mode, which meant that safety and efficacy of the vaccine would be closely tracked during the rollout of the vaccine. Now, by the end of May, nearly 5 months after the launch of Covaxin in India, 21 million doses had been administered and the data was not published yet and questions were still coming up. On the 21st of April, though, the company published an efficacy estimate of 78% from the phase 3 trial in a press release. They said that there was 78% efficacy, but the press release didn't have the data. And normally what happens is data is published, it's peer reviewed, which means other healthcare professionals, medical professionals review the data and then it is taken forward, but the data was not made available. And so people had a lot of questions about the 25,800 people who were part of the trial. How many of them were given the vaccine, how many of them were given the placebo, and what that ratios were, but there were no answers to that. So that's what has happened so far. Now to what has happened this week. Now on the 8th of June this week, that's Tuesday, the Indian Council for Medical Research and Bharat Biotech released another report which said that Covaxin demonstrates protective response against the beta and the delta variants of the COVID virus. Now, the delta variant is the B.1.617.2 variant, which originated in India. The beta variant is the one that originated in South Africa. The study was uploaded on a platform called bioRxiv on Tuesday. It's yet to be peer-reviewed, and it noted that the scientists observed a reduction in antibody in both variants when the vaccine was administered. Now, on the 9th of June, which is Wednesday, a study was published by a group of doctors in India who said that Indian healthcare workers who were given Covishield or Covaxin, they had studied the responses and they found that Covishield showed better antibody response than Covaxin did. The study was also published on the same Medical Archives website, and it showed that after the 2 shots were given, 98% of the recipients of Covishield showed antibody responses, whereas 80% among Covaxin recipients showed antibody responses. It was not peer-reviewed study, and it was conducted on 515 healthcare workers. Bharat Biotech responded to that study and slammed it, saying it has a lot of flaws. Ironically, it said that it was not peer-reviewed and so shouldn't be taken seriously. It said it was not statistically, scientifically designed as a study, and it was designed and conducted to reflect an ad hoc analysis rather than a premeditated hypothesis. Also on the 9th of June, Bharat Biotech released a press release saying that its phase 3 clinical trial data will be out in July, which is a month later than it was previously announced as the timeline. The phase 3 data, they said, will first be submitted to the Central Drug Standard Control Organization, followed by peer-reviewed journals with a timeline of 3 months for publication. Bharat Biotech told ANI once the final analysis of phase 3 data is available, it would apply for full license. Remember, it has emergency license right now. On the 11th of June, the United States FDA rejected an application to give Covaxin emergency use authorization in the US, recommending the vaccine be put through the process of a full trial again for full authorization instead. Now, this is a setback because it would mean it would take much longer for the launch of Covaxin in the USA, and conducting a full trial in the US will be a very expensive exercise. The FDA had apparently, according to the Indian Express, requested additional information and data regarding the vaccine. Ocugen, which is Bharat Biotech's US-based partner, anticipates that the data from the additional clinical trial will be required to support its submission for full authorization. Now, I must remind you here that this was an application for emergency use in the US. The US has already vaccinated a large number of its population, and so it's not handing out emergency use vaccine approvals for vaccines anymore. It's only handing out full use. This is part of that as well. But other countries that have approved Covaxin are Iran, Philippines, Mauritius, Mexico, Nepal, Paraguay, and Zimbabwe. Now, following that US FDA verdict, Niti Aayog member of the Government of India, Dr. V.K. Paul, had said, I quote, "Every country has its benchmark. We welcome the FDA's decision." And he asked Bharat Biotech to apply for a full license instead of emergency use. He did go on to say that the Indian drug regulator is satisfied with the data, and they are happy having gone through the safety data. He also said that this will have no impact on India's vaccination program. Yesterday, Dr. V.K. Paul also announced that that crucial phase 3 data that everyone has been waiting for since January will now be published by Bharat Biotech in the next 7 or 8 days. It was earlier, July will now be in the next 7 or 8 days. He added that the data published will be in a peer-reviewed journal, and it will go beyond the information that has been submitted to the regulator so far. He said about the phase 3 data, and I quote, "We have so much data on the safety. We have so much data on their phase 3 trial that has been screened by them and seen by the regulator. I'm told that their phase 3 publication will come anytime in the next 7 or 8 days. This will go beyond what was shared with the DCGI when they received licensure. The follow-up data will go into a peer-reviewed journal and will be done objectively," end quote. As of today, Bharat Biotech has said that they're committed to data transparency and will soon be making the data from the final analysis public. In a statement, the company said Bharat Biotech has completed 3 preclinical studies, and which were published in Cell Press, a peer-reviewed journal. The studies on Covaxin phase 1 and 2 clinical trials are published as well. The full data from the studies are also published in the Archive, Clinical Infectious Diseases and Journal of Travel Medicine, it added. So this is where we are right now. There are, of course, people concerned about two things. One, the WHO list that doesn't include Covaxin, and of course the US FDA approval. It's likely that the WHO list might come much earlier because US has required them to conduct a full trial, and that is what we're waiting for at this point. So that's the whole story as of now on Bharat Biotech and Covaxin, and we'll bring you more updates on it as and when it happens. But you have been brought up to speed with this one story. Now, if there are other stories that you would like us to actually put together and break down for you, let us know. And if there's anything else we can do to improve this particular format, let us know as well. If you find it helpful, it will encourage us to continue to do this on a regular basis. Thank you for watching.